Hey guys, it's Hippokittie here. Today we're going to do a game review of Minion Master. Check this out. Minion Master is a game where it's tile-based, card-based. You use cards to move around to build up your deck. You have to have the cards and monsters. What's that? We're not doing that one? Minion Masters. Okay, hold on. Gotta do some research. As you can see here, it's pretty simple. You got different champions to choose from. Each week gives you a different rotation of free champions. Each one's different with unique individual abilities. There's also a random option, so you can actually choose different randomly. Then every day you get a free token, which the free token gives you either gold, rubies, or I think they're called crystals, emeralds. I can't remember right now. And each one is useful. Each one is useful to buy different things. The crystals are for crafting cards. Um, as you can see, there are three different game modes. There is solo challenge, play online, and then there's draft. On solo challenge, you're going to be playing three different tiers: easy, medium, hard. And after you beat them, you get a unique reward. Online, you actually get to go through and play and rank up based on what your rank is. Mine's currently Stone 2 because I'm not the best at the game. You have different challenges that come up every day, which give you a reward of in-game currency, and there's also achievements that you give you different rewards like cards, rubies, crystals, gold, whatever. And then you can also watch any replay that you've done. Now, in draft, you have to pay actual currency in game to be able to do it, and with currency like that, it's different. You choose between the three that I give you of masters that you have to choose between. And after you choose that master, which you can read all about their abilities and everything right there as well, you actually will have three more cards, as you can see here, that will actually go through, and you have to choose a whole deck like that. Now, each card is randomly selected from the cards available in the game. You don't want to overload it with too many high level cost, because otherwise you're going to have problems. I pretty much just chose things that were already in my existing deck here, just because it's more similar play style. Now you can choose more than one of the same thing, but it's a bit different. And some of these are not creatures, some of these are spells, and some of them are also buildings. Sticks there, good choice, good choice. And each one of these creatures has an ability of their own. Like Zowling is a flying as well. Now the whole thing with the actual queue system is you will sit there and you will play at a random queue. Now, you can be in there for a little while, or you could be in there instantly. It does depend on how many players are online at a time. My experience was always pretty long wait times for draft. Online play was pretty quick. Most people don't want to do draft. And if you see in the bottom right down there, there's actually a Twitch connection. With the Twitch connection, you actually, if you connect the game to your Twitch, once you stream it on Twitch, you'll actually stream it in the game as well, so that people can view it from there. Whoever's streaming on that screen down there has got 44 viewers, which is pretty cool. An online match was found. Alright. The game is played pretty simply. You get random 4 cards selected, you get mana that you slowly builds up over time, just like kind of like Magic the Gathering, except for without the mana cards. You summon them and you have to take over these bridges to gain experience. Now, the experience is not out-of-game experience, it's in-game experience. If you see on the bottom left and bottom right down there, you'll see the different abilities of both the champions, mine and his. And once you get past those 3 abilities, you get to what's called a Mana Frenzy, which Mana Frenzy is pretty much instant refill of mana. You could summon like 3 of those 8 cost ships like really quickly. Your goal is to get through and attack and destroy the tower of your opponent. Sort of like life points in like Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Things like that. And what you want to do is you want to actually start using different cards, because if you just summon just creatures, if something gets through like that flying over there, unless I have a ranged character, it won't attack that. And then you have where he has there, which that's called the Scrat Launcher. The Scrat Launcher will actually attack you directly. There are creatures like that that don't attack other creatures, just attack directly onto the player or the enemy. It's pretty interesting. His special ability over there, you see the gravestone. It is after 10 seconds on the ground, you will actually summon the creature that just died and refill it again. Which I believe I actually killed the flying. Yeah. When it was too late because the good damage was already done. The buildings, unlike the characters and the creatures, will actually lose health progressively over time. It's just to prevent you from just having the buildings out and keep adding more buildings. Altogether, it's not a bad game. Not a bad game at all. Now, in the instance here, where I got defeated, you can actually go through and, in most cases, see what the other people look like. And once you finish 3 matches of draft, you get a reward, which is going to be gold and maybe other things depending on your abilities that you've done, and a random reward token. Now, the reward tokens are different than the free tokens. The reward tokens actually give you an extra card. Now, you can see here that I'm actually getting ready to get myself a golem. Now, I already have this golem, so I could go through into the crafting system and break it down to just crystals and then craft something new. Which I'm going to show you here what the actual card system looks like. You get a menu of different cards that you have. You can see at the bottom of some of the cards where it says ×3. It means I have 3 of them. This is the crafting menu. The crafting menu is actually where you go through and you can build them with the crystals. Now, the ones that are shimmering are ones I can do. Anyone that's not shimmering, that's just there, I can break down 4 crystals. Each one has its own different cost depending on rarity. So it can vary, and it'll even let you see the stats and everything as you click on them before you craft them. That way you make sure you're crafting exactly what you want to have. Alright, so here you can see I'm going to go ahead and craft this guy. And it's now added to my inventory. I'm going to go ahead and craft this Walking Blind Date. Really good card to have on your side as well. Now, on top of card battling and everything, there's also the arenas that you saw in the actual matches and different features like friendsless. Now, I'm not going to go over all of them, but I want to go over the shop real quick. You can go through and buy tokens using gold or rubies, which give you card packs. You can also buy different masters with different rubies and crystals, and you can also buy different arenas. Now, these are the arenas that are in the store. There are some arenas that you have to redeem with codes, or you have to go through and unlock. There's also the rubies that you can unlock them with as well. And as you can see, both games are very similar, very, very similar, to the point where the games are built around the idea of building your deck up to take out the enemy opponent. The deck sizes are about the same, the monsters pretty much look similar, the environments are very different, but Minion Master compared to Minion Masters is different. Minion Master, you had the cards that actually move you. The Minion Masters, you play the card and it summons them and goes. So there is differences, but the champion selection is different, but similar. Like they had the same kind of ability kind of thing going on with it. Minion Masters was made by the people who made Forced, which you should see right here at the bottom. I'll show you a little link here. It's very similar to the same kind of game. Force is more of like a dungeon crawler kind of game. Not a bad game either. Big thing though, I do wish that Minion Master and Masters were both out at the same time, because Minion Master had a map building where you could build your own like layouts and everything, whereas this one it's just the same no matter what. They just have different looks. Altogether, I would give this game 3.5 potatoes. 3.5 potatoes. Mainly because it's a good game. It's free to play, nice and fun, not a problem. Once you get a good deck, set up with a good strategy, it's unbeatable. Just same reason I stopped playing a bunch of card games online. Because once you find that one strategy, it's done. They are supposed to be releasing more cards and stuff, which I'm hoping they do. Maybe balancing a bit too, because. But 3 dot potatoes, what's gonna get? Uh, and that's all for the day, man. So thanks for watching, and remember, always follow your dreams. Peace, peace.